is a customer's 2002 Rincon 650. It's got a bad top end, no compression. It's actually got about 15 pounds. These 650 cylinders are nickel coated and they're kind of a pain in the ass to get. So I'm going to put a 680 kit on it. Those are a lot easier to get. Customer decided on the cheap Amazon kit, of course. So I've used them before. They work all right. Definitely going to have to rejet for the 680 kit. This thing was like absolutely sunk in the mud. They swamped it. So we're gonna start with the fuel tank and then get this stupid snorkel hose off of here and start disassembling everything. Alright, so we opened up the top end and this is what I got. It's definitely been swamped. It's crazy. It shredded the head gasket. Thought those are the rings at first, but that's actually the head gasket. Yeah. And the dude that bought this, or actually the dude that sold this to the customer, told him, hey, it just needs a carburetor rebuild. Okay, yeah, sure, needs a carburetor rebuild. Okay. Alright, so luckily the bottom end didn't take a hit. There's no play in the rod, it moves free. It's nice and smooth, no binding. So all the water must have luckily just sat in the top end. So I will continue. Okay, here's the cheap Amazon 680 cylinder kit with piston. Nothing special. So I got to clean this up real good and then install it in the Rincon. So the 680 cylinders do bolt right on to the 650s. But like I said, I think I'm going to have to do some jetting since it's not fuel injected like the 680s. Okay, so I got the cylinder and bore cleaned up. Got all that shitty grease off the piston that they put on there. So when you're installing this thing, just make sure that where it says intake faces the intake side. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these rings in the bores and just check the gaps just to be safe. They're usually accurate, but you never know, so it's always good to check. So I'm going to slide those in. Use the feeler gauge to check the gap, file them if necessary, and then I'm going to put these rings on the piston. I got one circlip on, and then I'm going to go ahead and install that in the bore, and then it's ready to go on the quad. Ring gap was all good, piston's in, intake side would be on the side of this. So let's go put this on the quad. There we go. So she's in, the circlip's in. Now slide the board down and get the chain through and start the assembly process. There we go. Got the cylinder and the cams in. As far as the cam goes, line up to two lines side to side, and then there's one at the very bottom that you line up at the bottom of the case, of course, when you're at top dead center. So now I need to go through this head, and I might need to take it to the machine shop. I don't know. I'm gonna pull the valves out of it and see how bad it really is. Maybe lap the valves if it's not too bad. But I don't know. We'll see. So kind of at a standstill at this point. So where this head gasket failed, I got some grooving. And I can feel it, so it's right into the water jacket. So that's gonna fail. So I'm gonna take this to the machine shop and see if he can't maybe plane it down maybe 10 thousandths or whatever he recommends. to get rid of this, because I can't install this. So it's gonna be a few more days probably. I just wanted to throw in also, when you buy these cheap Amazon kits or any kit in general, just look it over real good, because I forgot to show earlier that right here it looked like it hit something and it was smushed up. Oh, focus. And I had to file this down because it was pushed up pretty good and that gasket wouldn't have sealed. So yeah, just check your stuff before you go and install and end up having to pull it back apart later because you got a leak or you missed something. But anyway, head's at the machine shop, and I need to wait for that to get done, and then I'll finish up this video once I get the parts back.